Welcome. In this video, I am going to show you and explain to you what is cool about the Glock 21 model SF. This is a Gen 3 model here. I'm going to take you on a quick tour. Remove the lock. I've already used the key to disconnect the lock. I keep this gun locked up at all times. This is the cable that actually comes with the Glock pistol when you buy it. Whenever you buy a new Glock firearm, you get this very cool, very sturdy Glock box, the Glock carry case. It's well engineered, just like every Glock pistol is well engineered. When you open up the box, you will find your Glock pistol, as well as a cable lock. I'm going to remove these because you've already seen them. They're pretty sturdy. They're primarily designed as a safety feature so that children are not able to gain access to the firearm and use it. I have two model Glocks here, but I'll get to those in a moment. First of all, the Glock box is very cool. It's very sturdy. It's better than most boxes you get with pistols. It has very sturdy plastic. You open it up, it comes with tools, which includes a bore rod. You can put the brush on the end, and then you also have an eyelet right here, so you can put a swab through there. And these are all the tools you really need to clean a Glock pistol. They're very easy to maintain. They give you a nylon bore brush. The nylon bore brush is sturdy enough and has enough abrasive quality to clean the barrel without scratching the lining of the barrel. And most people will tell you do not use a brass cleaning brush on a Glock pistol. Back here you have a pouch. This is where the owner's manual is located, as well as all the documentation that comes with the firearm. All right, I'm going to put this away. Begin our tour. Okay, what's cool about the Glock 21 SF? As you can see, this is the model SF. I don't know if you can see that right there. What does SF stand for? Some people will tell you SF stands for Special Forces. This is the Glock Special Forces model. Nope, it's not the Special Forces model. It's the short frame, but there's really nothing short about it. What that means is, if you take a standard Glock 21 and look at it, the grip is slightly wider from where your fingers wrap to where your palm is. So Glock has shortened the distance here, I don't know, by 5 millimeters or some very small amount, so that it's just a smaller grip that can fit a more average size hand, I guess. I have very large hands. Well, not very large, but larger than average hands, and this gun is quite comfortable. I think I would do well even if it wasn't an SF model, but with SF feature, it's just more comfortable for more people. The Glock 21 SF, it comes with a 13-round magazine. Actually, you'll get two when you buy your Glock if you have the standard package. If you buy it under the blue label pricing, if you are a law enforcement person or a military professional, you can buy the blue label package and you will get 3 magazines with your Glock pistol. And you can see the indicators here. These are windows that show you how many rounds are actually within the magazine. This is a snap cap. This is not a live round, but I'm just going to show you how you drop it in. It's very easy to load these magazines also. This sits on top and then you just feed them down. To load the magazine, you just slide it in and tap it. Okay, next I'm going to talk about the safety features of the Glock pistol. Glock has something they call the Safe Action System. Some people will call it the live action safety. In fact, even in some of the older Glock promotional materials, they will call it the live action safety. But now it's called the Safe Action System. What that means is the Glock trigger has 3 different types of safeties built into it. I'm going to load a snap cap. This is not a live round, as I just showed you with the magazine demonstration. And drop in a snap cap, insert it into the magazine well, snap it in, chamber it. Okay, this gun is now locked and cocked, ready to rock. How do we know if there's actually a round in the chamber? Well, there's a chamber indicator. This device right here is actually part of the extractor, and it sits flush against the frame of the pistol. But if a round is chambered, it actually protrudes outwards, and if you run your finger along the edge right here, You can feel the sharp edges sticking out. That tells you that there is a round in the chamber. Another great way to tell if a round is in the chamber, if you don't want to mess around with the extractor and try to determine it, you can just take a peek. Just roll it over and look inside. Hello. Anybody home? Yes, there is somebody home. Okay. The trigger safeties. 3 different safety mechanisms here, folks. The first safety is the drop safety, and that consists of this little tab that's on the front of the trigger. I hope the camera's picking that up, but you see that tab? Okay, that tab actually locks the trigger in place. If I don't press that tab, the trigger cannot move. See, I'm pressing on the trigger, but not the tab. It's not moving. So if this gun were dropped, hit the concrete really hard, the trigger is not going to be jarred loose and cause an accidental discharge. So in order to move the trigger, you have to first press that tab. That is the drop safety. Okay, I'm pressing it now. Now, the next level of safety is the trigger safety, which is a manual trigger safety. It takes 0.5 pounds of pressure to release the trigger. Okay, that's 0.5. Do you see the trigger move there? First, release the drop safety, then apply 0.5 pounds. That releases the trigger. So those are the 3 safeties. Now, if I want to fire the gun, I need to apply 5.5 pounds of pressure. Here it goes. Bam. That fired the gun. And if you see the trigger is now in the backwards position, that means the gun is no longer cocked. Now, if that had been a live round and I had another one chambered, it would have fired, cycled, and the trigger would have reset forward. This is another safety feature. We can tell that this pistol is not cocked just by simply looking at the trigger. See that? That's the cocked position. That's the uncocked position. Very cool, huh? All right. What else? All right. This particular Glock model SF is a Gen 3. This is the current production model. And the magazine release is on the left side of the pistol. This button right here. You can actuate it with your thumb. Simply remove the magazine, just like that. Glock magazines will drop away, meaning you don't have to pull the magazine out. If you punch the magazine release button, the magazine will fall out. Just like that. So if you're in an SHTF situation, I think we all know what that stands for. If you're in an SHTF situation, you want to just drop that magazine away and reload the next one. You don't have to want to worry about using 2 hands. What else? This Glock features the night sights. These are actually Glock factory night sights. They use 3 dots, as you can see. 2 dots on the rear and 1 dot on the center. So you just simply line up the 3 dots on your target and let it go. Pow, pow. All right. There you go. That's the standard model, Glock 21 SF. It features a Picatinny rail with just 1 notch. I guess we're not going to call this Picatinny, although you can mount any type of device on here that would actually be able to mount on a Picatinny rail, but it just has the 1 notch and that works fine. This model Glock is the 21 SF. This is the SFP model. It features the Picatinny rail. This model is no longer in production. I do really enjoy this pistol very much, though. Like I said, it has the Picatinny rail, so you can mount a wider variety of accessories. This gun has the standard Glock sights. If you get your Glock and you don't order night sights, these are the type of sights you'll get. It has the U sight in the back and then the front sight post with a dot. So you just line them up. Put that dot right in the middle, squeeze the trigger. Pow! Just like that. So that's the Picatinny model. I love this bad boy. All right. Let's talk about field stripping. This is one thing that people love about Glock pistols. They are so easy to maintain. Anyone can do it. You can learn how to do it very quickly. The first step in field stripping is to clear the weapon. Make sure it is safe. So remove the magazine. And, oh, another feature I need to show you here. with the Glock 21 SFP, it features the ambidextrous magazine release. So yeah, I can release it with my thumb on this side, or I can also use my index finger on this side. Drop the magazine away like that. So that's very cool. Also works if maybe you're a left-handed shooter. You can use your thumb. So it's ambidextrous. All right. So, okay, we're going to clear this gun. All right, check the chamber. Nobody home. Magazine is not present. Okay, it's clear. Release the trigger. Grab the gun as such, like this. Wrap your hands around the top. See, I'm holding that. And now I'm going to put pressure on the gun and pull the slide backwards slightly. Watch. See the slide moving a little bit here? That's how you release the spring pressure. Next, you grab these tabs right here. These are the slide lock tabs. You pull these down. Then you let the slide go forward. And it comes off just like that. So this is the lower. This is the slide. Next, you remove the spring. That's the main spring. And you remove the barrel. This is the Glock barrel for a 45. Pretty clean. I think you can see the rifling if I'm holding this correctly in the camera. But Glock pistols are extremely well engineered. The Glock 21 and all Glock 45 caliber pistols have octagonal rifling, meaning it's an 8-sided pattern. So it gives you a better seal than the standard 6-sided rifling that you get with other 45 pistols. But hopefully you can see the beauty there. That's just really nice work. This is the chamber. And this is the bullet ramp or the bullet guide right here. This is what it looks like shooting down from the chamber end. Very pretty. All right, and this is the Glock slide. When you're cleaning a Glock pistol, it's very simple. Things you want to do, though, is make sure you put oil, a drop of oil in each of these rails on each side. Right here. Because these rails are a friction point whenever the gun cycles. And you'll also put a drop of oil on these tabs here and here. I'm not going to go into the full cleaning process, but I just want to give you kind of a brief idea of what's involved. To reassemble the pistol, very simple. All you do is reinsert the barrel, reinsert the spring, just like that, and then put the slide back on the lower. Just like that, okay? It's not locked into place, you have to push it backwards. Hear that click? Now it's locked into place. There you go. I can generally take it down and reassemble it in about 7 or 8 seconds. I'm not going to do that in this video, but when I do my cleaning video, I'll show you how quickly you can actually field strip a Glock pistol. All right, just a couple other things that are cool here. Like I said, with this Picatinny rail, you have a lot of options for accessories. One thing I just picked up recently was this bayonet. This is actually a K-Bar brand. It's a pistol bayonet. It's made under the Laserlight brand name. And it's a pretty sturdy little knife. It comes with a sheath. You see the sheath on it? The sheath has a locking tab. You just press this and you release it, and then you can take the protective sheath off. Here's what the knife looks like. It has a sawtooth on top, and it comes with a very, very, very sharp edge, pointed tip. Now, when you're working with the bayonet, it's always a good idea to keep the sheath on it, especially when you're mounting or unmounting it. You don't want to accidentally cut yourself. So to put it on the pistol, you just squeeze these tabs together, and then you slide it over the rail. And it fits really snug, which is a good thing, because you don't want any play in there. So then you just adjust it where you want it on the rail, and then it locks into place. You hear that click? And then you can remove the sheath. Now you have a super badass Glock 21. Here's what it looks like. Now, this thing is not loaded, and you're a camera, you're not a person, so I'm going to aim this directly into the camera just to show you what that looks like. I would never point a gun at a person. You never aim a gun at something you don't intend to shoot, unless you're doing a video. I don't really intend to shoot my camera, but that's what that looks like from my end and from the business end. In my next videos, I will do a demonstration and a review of this K-bar pistol bayonet. As you can see, it is very cool. And I'll go into all the details and some of the specifications. And I will also do a demonstration, and I'll show you what's cool about the Glock Model 36. This is a subcompact 45 caliber Glock pistol. It is the thinnest of all Glocks. It's thinner than their 40 cal compact, and it's thinner than their 9mm compact. But this bad boy packs a 45 caliber punch.